The recent fire in London was traced to an electrical fault in a fridge freezer. How can you trace with such accuracy what was the single appliance that caused it? Edit. Thanks for the informative responses and especially from people who work in this field. Let's hope your knowledge helps prevent horrible incidents like these in future. Edit 2. Quite a lot of responses here also about the legitimacy of the field of fire investigation. I know pretty much nothing about this area, so hearing this viewpoint is also interesting. I did ASK Science after all, so the critical points are welcome. Thanks, all. In this case, it was easy. The fire was seen when it started, reported. Firefighters attended and extinguished the fire in that flat but not before the fire spread to the outside of the building. The questions to be answered here are engineering ones: why a cladding material that would have been designed and tested as safe proved to be so unsafe in practice. But even in less obvious cases, the source of the ignition is often obvious. When ignition happens, there is lots of oxygen there, so things burn completely. When the fire gets going, there's less oxygen available, so things burn partially. Fire generally burns up, so the source of a fire is often the only thing on the floor that is badly burned. Edit. Lots of good replies to my comment, including some fire investigators that state that the source of the fire is usually less combusted than the surroundings, as they burn cooler before the fire gets going. My father is a fire investigator. I asked him the same question. He showed me photos of the last one. He determined the cause. All the knobs on the stove were off besides one. It melted, obviously being on. The people had left the stove on. They start at the area that has the most fire damage, then look for something that isn't how it should be. I'm sure someone who understands how burn patterns work will be able to explain it to you in the more general case, but it has to do with the fact that things don't burn out completely, and the scorch marks are different where the fire started and was small. In this particular case, however, a big helping hand came from the fact that the guy who lived in the flat where it started told people that his fridge caught fire, and it went from there. Don't have a source right now, but some of the initial reports of the fire quoted some guy as saying his neighbor told him it was his fridge.